What's up, people? Back with another reaction, back with a new deep dive. Indeed, we're going to start going through the Primitive Man album, 1982, from Australian group Icehouse, and this comes from the collection of friend and champion of the channel, Han Solo. Big shout out to you. And yeah, I did notice, I just did a quick check on Discogs. It says this group got started in the late 70s, initially under the name The Flowers, and they basically were doing Bowie and some other covers, and then evolved into something else. So, indeed, it even, whoever wrote the bio, which again, Discogs is a user-based wiki, so, over time, information tends to get, corrected or at least pushed in the right direction, but because anyone can edit it, this doesn't necessarily mean this is the case, but the description said that in the early days they had a Roxy Music type of vibe. I've been going through Roxy Music's material, just getting to their second album recently, and it is some of the most unique music. I know unique is one of a kind, so it's either unique or it's not, but in the colloquial way people speak, it is among the most unique music I've heard. So to say that it's somewhat akin to Roxy Music definitely makes me intrigued. And yeah, my understanding, like I said, is that they're an Australian group, so perhaps some of the references in their songs and themes will be in relation to Australian issues or places and so on. And indeed, the reason I mention this is because the first track is called Great Southern Land. Now, I don't know exactly what part of Australia constitutes the outback, but my first thought when I saw that phrase is, oh, maybe it's speaking to a more rural and rugged part of Australia, which I know does exist, but I don't know if it's in the south of Australia. And actually, I think, aren't there some major cities on the south coast of Australia? So yeah, I'm not sure whether this has anything to do with Australia specifically, but when I saw the title, that was my first thought. So yeah, either way, to call land great could refer to the volume, the vast expanse, the great amount of land. It could also refer to some historical or national quality to it that makes it good in terms of a value judgment in the eyes of the perception of the song. So we'll see what it is. This is Icehouse. It's the first track on their Primitive Man album, 1982, and it's called Great Southern Land. This is not a test. Ooh, I like that. I love that mellow It's interesting. Han Solo, person who shared this with me, probably will not appreciate this association. But when I was listening, I was feeling like, man, like change the voice a little bit. I feel like this could be like a Roland Orzabal tune. Like it kind of has that. I don't know. It's like folk mixed with synth, and rock and pop. Like it had that sort of mixed palette that some of his tunes do. Again, I'm not sure that reference will be appreciated, but when I make references like that, I want to insist it's always in a positive way, because if it's making me think of an artist I've enjoyed or heard in a certain way, and it's like, oh, that, it reminds me of that. It's getting to a part of my brain that the neural pathways are positively associated. So again, even if for other people, maybe they're not so fond of the person I'm making a comparison to. When I do that, it's always in a complimentary way, I assure you. But like I said, I really enjoy the composition and the different elements, the way they came together as the whole. And yeah, the vocals, it's weird. It's like knowing they're Australian. I was thinking, like, if this was a group that I didn't know their location, I wonder if they would be American, because it didn't have like a deeply Southern American music type of feel. It wasn't like country or anything, but it had a bit of a folksy nature to it. So, like I said, I'm curious exactly what the context is, but it sounds like changing circumstances in different places over time. Maybe it's the pursuit or search for someone, but maybe that's just conceptual. Maybe it's not like really going to different places, but it's like trying to find the memory or the type of experience that you had with someone in a previous place. So thematically, I'm not sure what's happening, but sonically, I really did enjoy that. Looking forward to the rest of the album. Once again, shout out to Han Solo for sharing it. Do let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.